Hey, what's up? What's up? This is Ash with Manny and KFT. Welcome to Talk Shit.
Yeah,
What up,
hey,
Cap?
what's going on, fellas? Check it out, man. Tonight we got a special guest, one of my homeboys that I've known for years now, man, in this wrestling industry, which is pretty phenomenal to have, because usually you fall out with guys by now. But he's one of my homeboys from San Antonio, Texas, man, Mr. Chris Marvel. Chris,
Chris,
welcome.
Hey,
Chris
what's up, man?
Marvel.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Fuck yeah, man. No
Oh,
shit.
man, I appreciate it, brother. I know you got a busy schedule. Well, let's start off, man, because, like, of course, I told my homeboys about you, but I'd like you to give a little bit of your own background, if you could, please.
All right, man. Cool. Yeah. I started training in about 99, year 90. Oh, man, it seems so far away, man. 1999,
Shit,
and
yeah.
from there I started actually
99.
wrestling in the year 2000. I trained under a couple people. I started training with the Prince Fontenot. He had ACW, which became Darren Childs and Jacob Ladder's promotion up in Austin. I don't know if you ever worked there. And then from there, I went to
Nope.
the TWA, which was the Shawn Michaels Academy and Rudy Boy Gonzalez.
Oh shit.
Yup.
So yeah, I started training there, and then after that, I just broke off on my own and made a tag team with Don Juan at RCW, and we started traveling, the whole country as far as Florida and working FIP, Ring of Honor, and all
Damn.
these NWA with David Marquez. It's been a crazy, crazy life, but awesome life. But met a lot of people, including yourself with RCW in San Antonio. We've been all over the place, man. Still, we're gonna tag team again in February. So I haven't tagged with him in almost 13 years. So we're gonna give it another run and stuff. But yeah, man, it's been a great career for me. Some people say the career is what you define what it is. I never got signed by big promotion, but I wrestled for many big promotions. Including TNA. I worked for WWE, Ring of Honor. Like I said, wrestled in Mexico.
Oh shit.
Um, that's success in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's phenomenal if you ask me. Well, hold
Yeah.
on. Question. I got a question. You
Yeah.
said something about the HBK Academy.
Yeah. It was the Shawn Michaels Academy. He had his school open in '99. I started wrestling. I started training there like around 2000. He was just about to get ready to close it when I started training there with Rudy, because he went back to WWE after his back was pretty much fixed, and then that's when he went. I think he did like an elimination chamber or something like that,
Mhm.
and he won the belt right when he got back.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that. How was that? What was that like? Was there anybody in there that was like noticeable that people knew, or?
There was a lot of people coming in and out of there. He had his cousin Michael Shane, Paul London was training there, Mastada was there, Hernandez, Spanky, and a few others would go in and out of that place every once in a while.
Wow.
Man, that's the
That's
shit.
pretty.
Yeah, man.
That's badass, man.
Yeah.
Was the man ever
Yeah,
there?
man.
Did you ever get to meet the man, or?
He stopped by a couple times, but like I said, it was on the transition of when he was like moving stuff out, because he had a whole gym equipment there. He had a couple of rings there, um, so he would just pop in and out. He was, like I said, he was on the verge of going back to WWE. So it was pretty cool though. I mean, the banner was up there and all that stuff, so it was pretty surreal to walk into a place that you heard and read about and stuff on magazines.
Right. Fuck yeah,
So
man.
you don't have the same stories that everyone has, where it's like, Sean's a prick.
Nah,
You
nah, nah.
know?
But
Yeah.
I did get to do stuff with him and Edge when I did extra work for WWE. We did a security gimmick deal for WWE when him versus Edge in Louisiana. So I was
Yeah,
able to work with those guys.
You're
I
security?
remember that. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people don't realize that when they do skits like that and stuff, they use a lot of independent wrestlers, but
Yeah.
you got to have an in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Once you get an in, because they want to be safe. They want to make sure that they don't hurt nobody and that they don't get hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Especially when they do the whole breakup thing or do the cop gimmick or the security gimmick. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those guys are independent wrestlers. Not all of them, but a lot
Yeah.
of them are independent wrestlers from different areas around that vicinity.
Right.
But like I said, you got to have an in with them, and you, of course, you know what I mean, with your hard work and your ethic, man, and your talent. bro, you are a talented ass dude, man. And I'm not
Appreciate
kissing your butt or nothing like that.
Appreciate
It's
it.
just real talk. You know what I mean? You showed me love as soon as I got down there, and I appreciated that, brother. And I never forgot that. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
that, man.
And
Yeah, for sure.
that's why I was like, this dude's got talent, man. Like this dude is good, man. Like real good. And I was
Yeah.
just like, and you know, and you were humble, and that's what was really cool, man. Is when we all would go out afterwards and have a few drinks at the bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The crew was mad cool, man. Like they weren't
Yeah,
looking out for trouble or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like we had a good time and we had a blast and we ripped it in the ring and then we tore it up in the nightclubs afterwards and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, and when we wrestled, I was at that Tiffany's billiards at the bar where that boat was at. So the bar was pretty much right there. After we wrestled, we were in the spot already. We didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, because that's what I had told Ash and them that one of my first matches that I had that Shawn Hot Stuff Hernandez is another name that we both know and is real cool with us. He got me into RCW, and then we did that first one. It was at that church. There was a little church. I want to say off of Military.
Yeah, the Hope of Glory Church.
We wrestled there, and then I didn't wrestle for RCW for a couple weeks, about a month and a half after that. But then we did Tiffany's Billiards, and Necro Butcher was supposed to fight the Rude Boy. And the Rude Boy couldn't make it. So Shawn called me up, Hot Stuff Hernandez, and was like, hey, man, can you make it up here? Because by that time I had gone down to the valley to be with my family, and that's like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
And that's when I came back, and that's when I told them, because these guys really love ICP, and they're part of the Juggalo Nation. And so there's another guy that they know offhand, which is Chewy Martinez.
Oh, yeah. I broke in with that guy.
Yeah, and then I told him, I says, Chewy's first match was with me against Necro Butcher and some other young guy, one of his boys, at Tiffany's Billiards, man. I says, and it was outside, and they had a big old ship out there. It was crazy, man. They were like, in San Antonio? And I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
those are always good matches.
So Rudy does matches like Rudy, like I know him personally. The Rude Boy, he does matches like outside, like
of JCW
on other. Yeah.
What the
fuck?
He did. He did before
I didn't know that.
retired. Yeah, he wrestled for different promotions. That's why I say, like, he wrestled all around the country, man. Different promotions would bring him in, and like I said, it just so happens that the circle was so small, and it's such a small world that I knew exactly who he was, because he was my friend in Michigan. And then when they said that he couldn't make it, I was like, well, yeah, he's got a big family, and they said it was a family emergency, whatever. And he couldn't make it, so they needed somebody to wrestle Necro, and Shawn vouched for me. Hot Stuff Hernandez vouched for me, and I got a chance to wrestle again, man, and it was really cool, man. And like I said, it happened to be his first match. I didn't know that, because what ended up happening was I left San Antonio. I was only there for a summer, and I just tried to make my name and stuff like that, and I think I did a pretty good job. And then a few years later, I want to say about 5 years later, I went back and to live there for a year, and that's when I hooked up with Mr. Marval again, and him and Chewy had like a promotion going, and I was honored to wrestle on their card a couple times, man, and it was a great show, man. Great shows. They had great talent, and like I said, they're very, very hospitable guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And rarely do you find that when you have a worker that's also a promoter. It's either one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And promoters are sometimes janky. So when you
sure.
have somebody
they're real janky, man.
Yeah.
They are.
So when you have
Like,
somebody that's giving your word.
Even if you know them personally, they still won't stop promoting on your ass when it's like, look, bro, I know what you're doing. Like, stop. Just talk to normal.
Hey, Junior, are you talking about Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, that fucker, yeah.
It's like, God damn, like, I'm your homie, man. Don't talk to me like you're trying to sell me something. Like, come on. I got you. I believe you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's that carny lifestyle.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. So now I've seen hybrid wrestling all over the place, brother. That's your wrestling school, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, it's a wrestling school. I actually started it in 2015 with Ray Rowe and Masada when they were here in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ray Rowe got picked up by Ring of Honor, so he had to move. So after he moved, it was just me and Masada, and then Masada got married or something like that, and he moved to Florida, so I just kept it by myself, and I was like, man, I didn't even know if I should keep going or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up doing it. I found another building, and I kept on, and I've had a couple coaches, help me out throughout the way. I had Ricardo Rodriguez. I had
Oh shit.
Jazz. Jazz came in for a little while with Rodney Mack,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sho Funaki's there now. Sho Funaki's been there for at least the last 3 years. He's been a great help with,
Wow.
helping the students get extra work with WWE and stuff like that.
Oh no shit.
So it's been pretty cool. We've had a lot of people stop in that's in the school. I don't know if y'all follow the
I seen the pictures.
Instagram, Sasha Banks and Kalisto and all these guys, Bailey's all been there.
Yeah.
Just random people just show up, just like.
How does that feel, man?
Surprisingly.
Are you like, oh shit?
Yeah, how does that feel, man? That's dope as shit to get that love.
Yeah,
Definitely,
it's
man.
pretty crazy sometimes. I just, I get to that point where like, man, should I still do this? And then I have visits like that, and then I have people, reaching out to me and just say keep on going and stuff, and that's what keeps me driving and keeping wanting to do this stuff for everybody.
Well, since you got Funaki there, right? I got a question, cause I know, of course, it's a wrestling school. So I want to ask you: do you just do like the wrestling side, or do you like teach them like the psychology side of a match?
Yeah, no, it's mostly that's what we treat. With Funaki there, I mean, we try to implicate everything that WWE does as far as
awesome.
NXT. That's why we have the 4 rings, the full gym. We do everything from beginners all the way to advanced, and it's all psychology. Whatever WWE tries to teach at the Performance Center,
All right.
we try to emulate that, to a T, so that way if they ever get a tryout, I mean, it's pretty much they already know where they're at and they know what to do once they get there.
And I'm pretty sure the
And is
hardest
this,
has to be the mic work, right? Like working on or cutting promos. I bet that's probably the hardest one to learn.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, we try to give them all the tools. There's always going to be something that somebody needs work on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we try to give them all the basics, so that way when they do get there, because what WWE says is, they could teach them to wrestle, but they need a character and they need something that stands out differently. But if they know all the basics, that's a lot of stuff that they don't have to teach them once they get there. So we try to give them all that.
Well, we're kind of skipping over this, but the Funaki you speak of, this isn't the Taka Michinoku Funaki, is it?
Yeah, it's the Kaintai Sho Funaki when they were.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Oh damn! That's the shit.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like,
Kaintai.
no way, it's that Funaki.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
no way.
SmackDown's #1 announcer.
There
Same
you go.
guy.
That's what the fuck he is. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. SmackDown's #1 announcer. That is the shit.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell.
And
Yeah, I've known him. I've known him for probably over a decade and stuff. So I mean, he had his own school and stuff for a little while, and then he just decided to join. So it's been pretty awesome to have him there.
I think that's weird that you know him personally, because I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong, but when you know somebody that long, there's got to be a time that you're like, man, fuck this guy already or some shit,
Nah, he's very humble, man. He's very like nice. Like
he looks
everybody
like it, man.
loves him.
He looks fresh.
Yeah, it's
like
a cool thing.
I'm tired of Funaki. That motherfucker don't change the toilet paper, bro.
No, that's what the students are for. They gotta change that shit.
They gotta change that shit up. Funaki's the master.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's so awesome. It's because I want to bring this up because when me and my brother were growing up, we still love wrestling and everything, but we really, really love wrestling. We wanted to be wrestlers, and we'd do anything to train, right?
Yeah.
Like, to tell you the truth, this earth was our wrestling ring, you know what I mean? Anything you'd put us on, we'd, fuck,
Yeah.
Like, imagine doing a leg drop off this or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but we'd do anything. Like, if there was, say, in 50-mile radius, if there was a wrestling school, we would have went, but we had zero opportunity, And by the time it came around, we were already older and we're kind of out of it. You know, we lost the dream. So
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know if you help out kids like that because I think that's important.
Um, yeah, like yeah. Sometimes it gets like the students don't like because they come in that we get new students and they walk in, they
Hmm.
see full gym, four rings. You see all the pictures of all the people who've been inside,
Right.
Show Funaki. You have all these people. It becomes a norm to them. They don't know what it is to be like at a bad wrestling school, with a bad ring, with the, people training outside in the cold or in the rain or stuff like
Right.
that. And sometimes it feels like they don't appreciate it enough.
Hmm.
So it becomes one of those things like I'm not sure who y'all guys are familiar with. If anybody's there's like in the music industry, you see guys, like, oh man, that dude's great, and then you see him all the time. It becomes a norm. It doesn't become that special anymore.
Hmm.
But sometimes they have to step back and realize, this is something for their future. This is something they got to appreciate because this is just a small scale of what holds if they go on to the next level. So
Right.
they always have to appreciate it because it could be taken away at any time.
Definitely, man.
That's crazy because to me, I don't give a shit what kind of shape the ring is in. I don't care what it looks like. I don't give a damn if it's low budget. I always look at the ring as gold.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
means
yeah,
so much to me. You
yeah,
know, if I go somewhere and they got a ring in there, I see this like thing glowing at me. And I don't know if
yeah,
that's just from like being a kid. Like, man, I wonder what it's like to really get slammed in a ring. I
yeah,
wonder what
yeah,
it's like to just cross the ropes, just to
yeah,
hit
for
those
sure.
ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And I mean, when I finally got the opportunity to hit ropes, I was like, God damn, this isn't as cool as I thought it was gonna be. You know
yeah.
what I
It
mean?
hurts. It hurts a lot more than what people think.
Like,
Yeah,
my ass
man.
hurts. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
and like
mean?
like
But
like all that stuff changes. Like when you become an owner or like responsible for stuff,
Uh-huh.
you always have to make sure like the ropes are good, the padding's good, the boards are good because you don't want anybody getting hurt on your dime. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
So everything
Yep.
everything changes, to be an owner and and running a place like this because you have to make everything safe. Wrestling's already dangerous as it is, so I don't want to put them in a worse situation by not having the rings up to par. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Imagine that.
And that's
that's just
respect, man. Because I know a handful of guys, man, and I'm not gonna mention no names as far as certain promoters and stuff like that, man. But I've been to some promoters that gave two shits about their ring, man. In
Damn.
Yeah,
between shows, it's outside in the elements, and they don't
yeah,
even clean the mats off, and the boards and duct tape, and man,
yeah,
I mean, trust me, I've wrestled in everything, man, and I
yeah,
might as well wrestle on the freaking ground, and that would have been better. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
at this
yeah, I know. Go ahead.
no, at the school that I was at, one time we were sitting there training, and we were gonna have a match the next day. They were having a match, and these guys were really going through their match like 100% because they really wanted to like get it down right. And one of the biggest dudes there got thrown to the ropes, and that top rope just busted down, and that dude just rolled out.
Damn. Fuck
yeah,
that.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, that did not look good, like holy shit. And he didn't end up wrestling the next day because he got hurt.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I
It's
remember,
crazy, man.
I remember going to Home Depot to buy the
Damn.
pieces to fix that shit with the owner.
yeah.
I remember that shit,
Oh,
but
Yeah, it's just like a car or anything, what I mean? You got to make sure it's in running, it's capable of running and being safe while you're in there and stuff like that. And people don't realize how dangerous it can be sometimes, by not having it, up to par. I mean, you wouldn't be driving a car with with a flat tire because something might happen.
no, definitely.
and you know what?
Fuck that.
I'll say this straight out right now. I had a lot of homeboys. I had a lot of friends, family, whatever. They were all tough guys. They were all this, thugs, cholos, whatever the fuck. I took them to this gym. They trained one day. The next day, I went to go pick them up for the next day. They did not show up.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck
and they,
that.
they
Hey,
were
you
all
know
like,
what's fucked
fuck
up though?
that. This hurts, that hurts, this hurts. I'm not doing this shit.
Hey, Chris, you know what's fucked up though? He's talking about me right there too, cause I bitched out too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man. I
Yeah,
trained my first couple of days, man. I laid in bed thinking what the hell I was doing, you know.
yeah. It
I
really
had
hurts that much.
whiplash. I had whiplash. My whole body was sore. My legs were sore, and I was like just laying in bed. I couldn't move, and I
Yeah,
just Monday was coming around. I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to go back.
yeah. That
Yeah.
happened to me too, man. I had to roll off the bed. I couldn't get up. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
shit
that's
sucks. So
yeah.
that's why I was like, dude, I can't do this shit. Like,
I
fuck that.
remember one time after class or whatever, I called my mom's and I was like, "Hey, is it cool if I stop by and take a shower?" She's like, "Yeah." So I come out the shower and whatever, and I turn around and she like starts freaking out and starts yelling at me like, "What happened to you? What's going on? What's going on with your life?" And I'm like, "What?" And I end up looking at my back, and that shit was all yellow and purple.
Oh
Yeah.
And
Like
she
a
was
blue.
like, "God, yep." I was just bruised all over the place.
Damn,
yeah,
man.
yeah. We like
Uh-huh.
when we have our students, we don't start them off in the ring. We start them off with cardio and conditioning first.
All
We
right.
got to make
Yep.
sure they're capable of taking care of themselves and being at least capable of not getting tired too much with fatigue. Because if they get in there and they're tired, they could injure themselves or injure anybody else while they're in there. So
Yeah,
we do that first. We have like a five steps before they get to there with, like I said, diet, exercise, and cardio. And then once they get there, then they start off with the basic with the ring. We have four rings. We have a beginner ring, and then we have the Funaki ring, which is the footwork, the timing, the ring awareness, and then you get into the more advanced rings with the graduates, and then we start learning how to put the matches and psychology together that they learn in the first two rings.
damn, that's awesome, man. I
What
wish
is
I could go through that.
what is the style you train the most? Is it more like lucha or more American?
No, I mean we hold seminars. I don't know if you've ever, like I said, if you followed the hybrid Instagram
Hmm.
and seen how many people stop by. I mean,
Oh, definitely.
we've had so many different people come in and teach. We teach, like I said, we try to teach them the WWE way, as far as psychology wise, like because that fits pretty much anywhere, even if they want to work for AEW or Lucha or anything.
Hmm.
Psychology, psychology, no matter where you go. So we try to teach them that, and I try to teach them a lot of chain wrestling and
Oh, nice.
stuff like that. So that way they learn on the mat too, just to protect themselves and you know.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
that's
because when I was involved, most of my stuff was lucha, and even though I'm a Mexicano, I grew up watching American wrestling.
Yeah,
And there
yeah,
were certain things that I'm like, you know what, I really ain't down with it. I don't like the way it looks. I prefer
yeah,
this style, whatever. And then one day I went with some other homeboys from Colorado that I don't know if they still run it, but they're called the Butcher Shop.
hmm
I went one day with them, and when I was working with them, it was so much better for me because it was more of the wrestling that I watched on television
exactly.
than the one. Like, and I did watch Lucha Libre. I watched it all, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
I was like, I had a more mind state of American style wrestling, the way you lead from everything, hidden ropes, For example, they had us roll for like 30 minutes straight, and you'd be so dizzy, and then they'd make you hit those ropes.
yeah,
And they're tripping over everyone, and it's like, Jesus Christ, shit's
yeah.
fucking me up.
Yeah, that's just pretty much ring awareness, and like I said, you getting tired, and they want, like I said, with like lucha, it's so many spots and
Hmm.
so much running around. They want you to make sure you're capable of seeing, you know what I mean, you adjusting to what they do.
Oh, man.
Well,
No, that shit was
and
crazy, man. And I
that's
remember, I
cool, brother.
remember when. Oh no, my bad. Go ahead, man.
Oh, it's not that. I was just saying that it's cool. I like the 5-step program, man,
Yeah.
because we did the same with Dan Severn. Is you had to earn your way to even get in the ring.
Oh,
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yeah.
And you had to learn psychology, and you had to learn, just on the blue mats, the regular roll around mats, and
Yeah,
you had to learn how to take your front bumps and your back bumps and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like your side bumps and everything. Your headlock takeovers and everything. And it's crazy because a lot of people, I've heard from a lot of different wrestling schools that, and I've seen it, that these people are certified to wrestle or whatever, but a lot of times they don't get taught psychology.
All right.
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And how do you feel about that? Like it sounds like psychology is a big part of your program.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's like I said, as far as like the bigger companies, because you're always gonna have those guys who are agents who have been there and done that. They know psychology, and if you could tell the story in the ring, it's like telling a good movie or reading a good book.
Exactly.
If you're just throwing shit all over the place, it doesn't make sense. You're not gonna have the emotion or the like anybody invested in the match. You know what I mean? I try to explain it to like a three ring circus. You have so much going on. You're looking at these three rings, like all these tricks and stuff going on, but what do you really remember out of it other than just high flying and stuff rather than something you remember the clowns more because
Yep.
they do everything right in front of you and they tell a story and then they do like little skits with their balloons or with whatever they're doing, and you remember that shit the most, but you don't remember anything going on in the three rings behind them because they were just doing too much shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's
What?
true. You know what I mean? It's like
What I
the simpler the better, and a lot of people they don't understand that, man. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
cool that you've had your student uh open to so broad of different people. I mean, we're talking about fucking Jazz here. You
I
know what I'm
know.
saying? Fucking she's WWE Hall of Fame, right?
yeah, no, not yet.
I don't think
She's
she is
working
yet.
on that.
Oh,
She's the NWA Hall
oh
of
yeah,
Fame for sure.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
she
And
did the
she
NWA Hall of Fame.
and now she was based out of she was doing a lot of work in Houston, right? Or was it Dallas?
She was in Louisiana for a while. She was from ECW, so she traveled with all them. And I know when she married Rodney Mack, they did a lot of stuff in Louisiana, and then they just started doing a bunch of stuff in Texas. They just started going all
Oh,
over the
okay.
place, Dallas, Houston. Where they? I know they do a bunch of stuff close to Oklahoma and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
'Cause
like. I'm
Booker
a
T.
fan of Jazz.
Yeah. I always thought she
Oh,
was the
sorry.
shit.
Yeah,
Booker
she's
Booker
badass.
T got it in Houston, right?
Yeah, Booker T's
Oh,
in Houston. Yeah,
okay.
So
Cool. Cool.
I wanted to ask you. I know you wrestled in a lot of different rings. You were even in the great WWE ring, right? Which one's your favorite? As rope wise, as the ring, how it bounces or whatever. Which one do you think is the best?
I was able to get in the SmackDown ring. That one was pretty good. That's when I was in there when they had all the cruiserweights. Like Billy Kidman
Oh
and all
wow.
these guys that came in from, Spanky and Paul London. They had the
Right.
cruiserweight guys,
I
Jamie
remember
Noble
that.
and all that stuff. So the ring was made a little bit different. The Monday
Oh,
Night Raw one was nothing but like heavyweights at the Big Show, Mark Henry, and all those. So it was a lot more sturdier. It was a lot harder.
I never
But
thought about that.
when we did the SmackDown, that one was pretty nice, man. It was like it was like a totally different one. It was like
Oh,
kind
crazy.
of soft, you know what I mean? But compared to the Monday Night Raw one, that was really sturdy, and that one like knocked the wind out of me after I bumped a few times.
Damn,
You know what?
that's cool.
If I ever get in that, if I were to ever be in that SmackDown ring, that's all you would ever fucking hear out of me when we go drinking. That's all I would ever fucking talk about is me being in that fucking ring.
Explain
Yeah,
every
That
fucking inch
nigga
of it.
shit.
yeah. I mean, it's
Like,
surreal,
that's
man.
all
I
he
mean, like
talks
I
about.
did, yeah, I did it. I did WWE work maybe 10 to 12 times, and it was always a
Damn.
great experience. Bill Barron's from NWA Wildside. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. He's the one that got us hooked up with WWE, and he helped us get to TNA spots when we did spots with LAX. When we
Nice.
worked when
Oh
we did the
wow.
Dudley Boys with the Dudley Boys and stuff like that.
Damn. That's what's
Damn.
up, man. So,
Hell
So
yeah.
that's why I say,
It,
that I knew he was tied in, guys, and like I says, man, I know Marvel for shit. I can't even remember how long, man, and like I says, it's always been an honor from day one. The way that he's talking to these guys, that's that's how he spoke to me, man.
yeah,
Very
he's
very
awesome.
humble young man, but extremely talented, man. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
thank you.
And his students are coming up, man. You got any students you want to name drop,
Yeah,
man? Because like
definitely.
it says, I got a little bit of ties in right now with Insane Clown Posse, and they're always looking for talented workers, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
you, some new people. I noticed you've got a couple girls on your roster also.
Yeah, we got a. Well, I don't know if y'all watch AEW. There's a Maddie Rankowski. She was one of our graduates last year. She's been working with AEW a lot the last couple of years.
damn,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Damn.
Thunder Rosa got her some opportunities in there and stuff like that. So she was there last Wednesday. I think she got a dark match or something like that. But she's worked for
Uh huh.
AEW and
That's good.
WWE and stuff like that. She's pretty much up there. Man, I mean, I don't want to leave any of my students out. I think all of them are doing really well. You know, we have Casey Blackrose.
Yeah.
We got Alexander Crowley. We got a guy named Brandon Weiss who's been around for a while. He's done a bunch of WWE work as well.
Nice.
We have a lot of great guys that are actually that just graduated that were just on the Mission Pro show last week for the Salvation Army show. If you look up on Title Match Network, they did a scramble match, and that was one of the matches of the night. I think it was pretty awesome. If not, I could send it to y'all guys once.
Send it.
Once they release it, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
I'd
definitely,
love to
man.
see that.
Send me the link and we'll post it to our stuff. Because like I said, we'd also, we want to. The interviews that we have, man, are just not necessarily Latino or minority based, but that's like a lot of our audience, man. Is regular guys and girls our age that love wrestling, that love hip hop music, that just want to hear some guys talk on the radio, man, and something different, bring something different to the table. And I think that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because like it says right now, you got Michigan, Colorado, and Oklahoma on the line. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome.
We got that little trifecta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, we're all over the place.
So it's so we're always looking for to put interview certain people or just to help anybody that we can help out, man. Because helping anybody just it's gonna help you in the long run. You know what I mean? Because we'd like our shows to get a little bit bigger and stuff like that. And but definitely, man, if there's any students that how can they check out your page, brother? I mean, I know I'm on Instagram and I follow you, but what is your Instagram? What is your Facebook? You got a YouTube page?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, the main website is hybridschoolofwrestling.com. That's where you get all the information as far as joining and stuff like that. I mean, you could get information any of the sites. So it's www.hybridschoolofwrestling.com. The Instagram is hybridSOW. The Twitter is hybridSOW. You could hit up any of those accounts, and we'll be able to get back to you as far as wanting to join or any information on the school and stuff like that. And if y'all want to just check it out and see how many people who stopped by and all the seminars we've had. And
definitely.
I was even counting. I think we've had 7 Hall of Famers who've stopped by the school already. We had Ricky Steamboat there. We just had Tully Blanchard there a month ago.
Wow.
Tessa was training there with Daga, and they were living here in San Antonio for a little while, and they just moved to California for the WOW wrestling that she's a part of, and she brought her dad in to do a seminar, and he was there for 4 hours, and that was pretty amazing because he was always one that I watched when I was a little kid growing up.
Right.
Yeah, definitely, man.
You're from Manny's era, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I know we're running out of time, so I got a quick question, Chris. And I'm not trying to start no drama or beef. Just be honest.
Yeah.
Who would win in a match?
Watch out.
Chris, Marvel, or Alcatraz 187? Who the fuck's gonna win? What's up?
Is that are we talking about today or 10 or 15 years ago?
Let's go 15 years ago.
90s Alcatraz or
today to win. 15 years ago, maybe not.
Oh, that's what's up. You're keeping it real. You're keeping it real, man.
Just tell him. All you gotta say is, bro, I'll break the ring with him.
No, at least with this one, we're 1-1 at least.
Right? Yeah.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely, bro. It would have been an honor, though. It would have been an honor to rip the ring with you, though, man. Because like I said, mad respect. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I met you, man, nothing but respect for you, man, and a great man and an excellent trainer, man.
Definitely.
Like I said. You know what I'm saying? It was an honor to have you on the show today.
Definitely.
I appreciate that, man. Like I said, we're going to stay in touch, and we definitely want to interview some students. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, for sure.
And hopefully get you back on here, too, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Definitely.
You know?
Do you have any merch?
Yeah, like I said, everything on the school pages has the shirts and all that stuff. If y'all could write one of the website, write the Instagram or something, or message me, and I'll send y'all some free merch or whatever. Just give me y'all sizes or whatnot.
All right, cool,
I'll
man.
send something out for y'all.
Hell yeah, man, that'd be dope to represent.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Even
I'll
if
hit you up right
one
now.
I'll still buy one.
Yeah,
You know
sounds
what I
good,
mean?
man. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's rep
No,
that.
definitely,
Let's rep
Chris.
that shit.
Well, all right, Manny.
Definitely, man.
You
Yeah.
got anything else, Manny?
No, man. I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas, man. Happy
Yes.
holidays, and I
Same
hope
to
you're
y'all.
gonna bring in the new year hot as you are, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah, Chris. Well, thank you for your
All
time,
right.
man.
Keep that dream alive.
Yeah, don't give
Tell
up.
Funaki what's up.
I will do, man.
Tell him we said what's up.
All right,
You know
awesome.
what I mean? He'll be like, Nani. But yeah, man, let's
All
go,
right.
bro.
Hell yeah,
Thank you,
Chris.
guys. Appreciate it having me.
Hell yeah,
All
right on.
No, thank you.
Right on, man.
Yep.
Hey, man, that shit is crazy that once you got that wrestler heart and that wrestler blood, and I'm not talking about like a fanboy, how that shit just forever. And you always understand and feel it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Yeah. Definitely, man.
I think that shit is cool.
It's, once you get bit by the wrestling bug, man, I mean, you always have it, whether it's a fan or whether it's a wrestler, independent wrestler, or whether you've been to the show, the big time. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's business, but you always love it, brother. You know what I mean? And that's why he stuck with it, is because he loved the business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, the business side of wrestling, as you see in all these documentaries, man, like me and Ash were talking about, Dark Side of the Ring,
Yeah,
and all that other stuff. The wrestling side, the business side can get crazy, man. It can get crazy, and people can get delusional pretty much. They you know, believe that character is who they really are, and just it gets cross somewhere, cross-wired, you know what I mean?
That's
And
crazy,
that has
man.
to do with a lot of with the person themselves, I think. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people want to blame it on steroids and all this other stuff, but man, I mean, you got this stuff everywhere, and if you're gonna be like that, you're gonna be like that regardless of whatever you take. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Like mil
Yeah,
máscaras.
his gimmicks and all that, and if it hits hard, you know, you start kind of believing that shit. You know, it's like they say Al Pacino started believing he was Tony Montana.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Shit like
Exactly.
that. So
Yeah, you're
and
right, man.
wrestling is different because you're out there on a daily doing it. You know,
Yeah.
so you're like, man, I am the Earth's champion. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, no, you're right.
But,
But you gotta understand how hard they work for that shit, though. It ain't no easy task, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
it's true.
Edge.
It's
If you
true,
read his
right?
book, bro, he went through bullshit to get to WWE. I was like, wow, dude, I don't know how the fuck he did that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's been through a lot. Like I said, I know for a fact, Marvel was like tagging with Paul London
Right.
for a while, and they were getting ready to go to WWE, and I think he might have had an injury or something. I'm
Oh,
not too
shit.
sure, and that might have hindered it a little bit. But like I said, man, he's been backstage. I remember that little series he was talking about where he was a security guard,
Yeah.
and they were breaking it up and stuff. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's badass.
All right, brothers. Well, that's Talks It. This is KFT. Dope ass show, man. Stay up. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like I said, out the box. Look it up. Go check it out. You're in Colorado. Go buy something.
hell yeah.
Manny, what you got to say, brother?
I just want to wish everybody, man, a happy holidays, because we might be taking next week off. You know what I'm saying, for the holidays.
Right.
If we can't get a hold of it. You know what I'm saying, during the week. But we know everybody's busy. I'm busy. You're busy. Santa Claus is busy, Chingao. So you know what I mean. We gotta do what we gotta do. But just enjoy Christmas, man, and enjoy your family. And just remember, man, tomorrow's not promised. So live the best day you can today, brother. That's about
right.
it.
All right, man.
Awesome.
Give a thumbs
Right
up
on.
if you know what's up, and give a thumbs down if you're down.
Punk's head is a shit!